up, everybody? Welcome back to Inside the Zone with Matteo, your food for real sports talk on Minnesota sports. I'm fired up for today's episode because we are diving into the state of Minnesota sports and looking ahead at what we want to see this season. And today's a little extra special because I got a guest joining me who's been talking sports with me my entire life. My dad, Marco Montermini, has been strapped into the Minnesota sports roller coaster for many decades. Let's just say it hasn't been very easy. But here's the thing. He's still loyal, still cheering on all these teams, and still holding on to hope that maybe, just maybe, this is finally the year. So let's get into it. Please welcome my dad, Marco Montermini, to the show. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun day today, and today we are going to be diving into our expectations for the upcoming Wilds and Vikings season. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the Vikings? Do you want to start with the Wild? Where do you want to start?
Let's do it the Wild.
All right, so you just want to maybe just say your first expectation for the Wild, and we can just go through yours first, and then we can get to mine later.
Yeah, I was going to just list two or three, and then we can dive into them. So the first one's pretty obvious, a strong playoff push, hopefully with a healthier roster. Mm-hmm. We're one and done every year, so I'm holding them more accountable this year. Yeah. Second, we need some breakout seasons for some of the young players, which we can get into. Mm-hmm. Third, the goaltending needs to be more stable with Gustafsson and probably Wallstedt as backup. So we can take them one by one. What do you think of those three?
I think, the one and done is just so, like, we're getting kind of used to it. When we make the playoffs, that's just what ends up happening. And we gotta win a playoff series. Like, I don't know how many years has it been since the Wild have won a playoff series. I don't at least 10 years, I think. Wow. It's been crazy. Just the success they have not had in the playoffs. And I mean, this team maybe could. I don't know exactly what they're capable of because until we start seeing them play, as training camp's starting very soon. But I think, that's a very, getting to the playoffs, making a strong playoff push, as you said, is very, very important. At least, even if you do get first rounded, take the series to 6 or 7 games, and close games, not getting blown out. They won a couple close games in Vegas last year, but not getting blown out. Having your stars, your young players, really, really.
And the health of the team is paramount. They've just been decimated with health. So if Kirill Kaprizov and Ek and Boldy all stay healthy, that is going to bolster their chances huge. And I think they can get to the second round and maybe even more. Okay. I really do think if they're healthy, they have some, a chance to do well, especially with the upcoming young players also coming up.
Do you think? So you said the health of, you said Kaprizov, Ek, and then did you say Boldy too?
Yes, Boldy.
So Kaprizov's obviously number one. If you were to have Ek or Boldy get hurt, who would you rather the Wild be without for a couple months?
I don't know. I think with the signing of Rossi, now maybe I would say Boldy. I think Ek is indispensable. I think he gets right in front of the net. He's a presence. He's gritty. Tries. I mean, I would love to have him on any team of mine. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Boldy. You had the goal scorer in Kaprizov. You need somebody who can win the draws, especially in the power play. And Ek brings that. And then he's this two-way player who is just it's so valuable to a team that you need that guy who can carry the weight, who's going to be right in the front of the net, looking for rebounds and crashing the net. So I think, I think the more we see Boldy and Kaprizov playing, I think they're going to have to choose maybe one of them to mostly focus on. I don't know how long we're going to be able to keep both of them. I know Boldy's signed for a while, but could a trade happen eventually? Maybe. I just don't. It's interesting watching them play together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You mentioned. Go ahead. Good.
Yeah, I was just going to mention some of the young players. Obviously, Rossi, and I'm glad they signed him. So now he really needs to step up. I would put Boldy still in this.
Yeah.
He's shown glimpses. I think he just needs to be more consistent. And Buyam too, the new guy.
Yeah.
We'll see what he can do. I think if some of these young players can just take the mantle, from like a Spurgeon, and some of the older guys, I think that could go a long ways.
Yeah, and the guy you didn't mention, Faber. Like, how much does he turn into this, number one defensive guy, and maybe thrown on a line with Booyam, see how they play with that young energy. I think Booyam's a very fascinating player. We only got to watch him in the playoffs, but yeah, I'm super excited for him too. Rossi, yeah, that 3-year, $15 million contract. I'm surprised how cheap they got
Yeah.
him. That's just kind of blows my
Yeah,
mind.
in Faber, I kind of put as the number one already. That's why
Right,
I
yeah.
mentioned him. Like he has proven himself, I think, beyond any expectations. But hopefully, he continues, stays healthy, and helps some of these other guys out. So
Well, and he's going to have to be this leader because the Wild will be without Jonas Brodin for the first couple months of the season.
yeah.
And so you're going to lose one of your top defensive guys. You're going to, maybe giving Booyam these extra minutes. It's going to be interesting to see. You mentioned goalie. You want Gustafsson mostly, and then throwing Wallstedt in for a little bit. One of my expectations did align with this. I need the Gus Bus to get at least 40 wins for this team. The highest win total he's had in his career as a starting goaltender has been 30. Let's boost that up 10 at least. He went 31-19 last year, which is still good. But without Fleury, I need him to carry the weight, especially if the defense is a little less talented without Brody in the first couple months of the season. Do you think he's capable of stealing games, as they say, for this team? And do you think 40 wins is a good expectation for him?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I think he can do it. I had some notes here on projected wins that I want to see, and I had pretty much like you, 35 to 40 wins. Goals against average of about 2.40 would be good, and a save percentage of over 92%. That's what I'm looking for out of him. Just take the next step, and 40 wins would be outstanding. And I think that would really, really help this team a lot. So totally agree with your projection on the Gustas.
I think he's capable, and I think we could be seeing maybe he might not, just because he's not as a bigger name, but I could see him getting some Vezina votes. Maybe not win it, but I think he could be a top 5 goalie at the end of the year, as long as he remains healthy, especially because if he gets injured, you got Wallstedt, and this team, I think it falls a lot. We'll see how they work with Wallstedt though this summer. But
right, any thoughts on how many wins you'd like to see from Jesper?
I think he's not going to get many starts. I think he'll get that back ends of the back-to-backs or front ends, depending on who they're playing, and then maybe throw in a game a week. Then other than that, I think we're going to see something like 20 starts or less. I think Gustafsson is going to be the main guy on this team. We're going to see Jesper Wallstedt start less games than Fleury started last year, and Fleury didn't even start that many games. I think, between 8 to 10 wins for Wallstedt, and maybe he'll win about half of his games. I think that's what I'm kind of looking for, but I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I was projecting at least 10 wins, hopefully. If he can get in the 10 to 15 range, and Gustafsson gets to 40, that's 55 wins for the team. That is well over 100 points.
Yeah.
No issue getting into the playoffs. Now, maybe I'm inflating them a little because I'm a Wild fan, but even if you take the low end, 35 wins for
Gustafsson,
Gust, and 10, that's 45. I mean, it's close. I guess it depends on the division, but I think we're in the right track there. 10, 15 wins for Jesper.
Yeah, and then who knows how many games though we go to overtime, so you can't just base that off of just the win total. So you got about 100 points, right? Or even a little less if they do a little less. But then if we can get to overtime too and get some of those extra points, I think that's cool. What was your third prediction?
Yeah, that was the third, is the goaltending. The
Okay.
second was the breakout seasons for the young players, and number one is just a strong playoff push with a healthier roster. Which I want to get back to that on what you think is what your expectations for Kaprizov regarding goals, assists, points, and maybe even a Boldy, because I did some thinking about that as well. So
yeah,
I can go first if you'd like. Or
yeah. That head.
Yeah, go ahead.
That headlined my first expectation. It's all about Kaprizov because he was having a Hart Trophy season before he got hurt, end of December. In that shortened season, he played 37 games out of the 82 games. 52 points, 23 goals, 29 assists. Also note, the NHL added 2 extra games. There will be 2 extra games. There are 84 total games instead of 82 this year. Now fully healed from his surgery, I think he should for sure double that point total, for sure. Maybe even double it again by a half percentage and get at least 50 goals and 60 assists. We're looking at a monster season for Kaprizov. He was having a Hart Trophy season last year before he got hurt. He played in less than half of the team's games. But as long as he stays healthy, I'm expecting a huge breakout season for Kaprizov, and he's going to be just as good as McDavid, just as good as Draisaitl, just as good as Kucherov, because I believe he is one of the top 5 best players in this league right now. What about you?
Yeah, the rate he was going, he would probably, doing some of the calculations, about 123 points. And I kind of pinned him at about 90 to 100 points for the upcoming season. 40, 45 goals, 50, 55 assists, somewhere around there, or vice versa. So I fully expect him to do that. He's going to be hungry. He was upset he missed the season last year. So I'm looking for really, really good productivity from him. And then Boldy, I'm looking around. I want him to get 60, 65 points here. At least a 30-goal scorer or somewhere around there, and maybe another 30 assists. I think just to help Kaprizov off a little and not put everything on his shoulder.
Yeah, and I think he wants that. He wants to be that second go-to guy for the Wild. Just the problem is he's been so inconsistent. I think, he could fix it. He could become more consistent. But it's so frustrating to watch him play sometimes just because he'll have this wide open net and not know what to do with the puck. Like, shoot the puck. Like, the amount of times he just tries to do these cute plays, and then he's overly aggressive when he loses the puck and then gets all these penalties, and it's just not helping the team. He's so inconsistent. But, like, for me, it's just to be happy with him, I'd be fine with 20 goals. 20 goals from Boldy and, like, maybe 20, 30 assists. Like, I think if you're talking about Rossi and Eriksson Ek and Zuccarello, those guys, I think, might all have more points than Boldy. And depending on what happens. I mean, you might think differently. Other people might think differently. But I think for sure Ek and Zuccarello will have more points than Boldy just because they're more consistent players. Like, even if Zuki is quiet, he's very, very consistent. And so that's what I'm kind of saying.
Yeah, I just expect a little more from him because he was supposed to be this prospect, and I think if he can go a little bit more than what you're saying, it would just really help. He does need to figure out how to play against physical defenders like Darnell Nurse and Ryan Lindgren. Just he has a hard time with that, which Ek doesn't, which I love about Ek. So I don't know. I'm holding Boldy a little bit higher standard. I do like him, but a lot of the things you're saying I agree with as well. So,
yeah, I mean, the guy's making $7 million a year. He's here for the next 5 years. Oh, I mean, he better show up why he's worth that money. So it's gonna be interesting. Is there anything else on the Wild?
Nope, I don't think so. What were your top? Or did we go over them?
Yeah, I mean, okay. I had a Kaprizov a little bit, and then I had a little Gus Bus. We kind of talked about those, and then finally, just kind of to end it here with the Wild, I want this team to have at least 50 wins.
Mhm.
Like that's a pretty good expectation. They had about, I think, I'm not looking at the standings right now, but they had about 40 some wins last year. And I do not want them to be a wild card spot at all. They
Yeah.
can be the third spot in the division. They can be the second spot, or they could win it. I doubt they're going to win it. Just please do not be a wild card spot. They're the hardest spots to go into. You're going to have to play one of the number one seeds, and it's just, I don't want to have to play at Winnipeg. I don't want to play Vegas again. I don't want to play, one of those top guys that could take us out pretty easily. And I just want to have a good matchup, like a Colorado matchup, redemption on Dallas, something like that.
Yeah.
And over 50 wins or about 50 wins. I think that's pretty fair expectation.
Yep. Agreed.
All right. We're going to, as we wrap this up, so that's half the show, guys. We're going to go the other half. We're going to go through the Vikings. So the Vikings are coming into the year. We had a 14-3 win season. It was a crazy season until it ended very, very, very fast and very, just very disappointing. The NFL season does start in about 10 days with the Eagles kicking off with the Cowboys Thursday Night Football, September 4th. So, we're just going to give you our 2 to 3 expectations for the Vikings upcoming season. And go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, I just had a few things. Again, like the Wild playoff, just ending this drought as well. They've been horrible. Disappointing wild card season yesterday. Last year after a 14-3 regular season, just they fell flat on their head, and that's got to change. And I don't know if that's coaching. I love the coaching, or that's just the players, or something needs to change there. The second thing is JJ McCarthy and his emergence as a franchise quarterback. Is he for real? And then third, defensive improvement. They made strides, and they're good. And I'd like to see them take, again, the next step here, being a shutdown defense under Brian Flores. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the media is just disrespecting JJ McCarthy too much. Look at what they're saying. Look at what Sam Darnold did. And he had experience, and now you're giving that up. You could have paid Sam Darnold, and you could have gotten another season like that. You improved the offensive line. You could have kept Sam Darnold, but no, you have this guy, and you're throwing it in, and just nobody knows how good JJ is going to be.
No.
Nobody has any idea until we get to week 1 against Chicago, and it's going to be a huge test. The first 2 games are primetime games, Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. You're putting him into these high viewable. There's a lot of people watching. The entire football world's going to be watching both of those games, watching you. We got to just see what he does. But since Sam Darnold did have such a good year with this team, I'm expecting JJ McCarthy to have at least Darnold type numbers. Darnold threw for 4,300 yards and about 35 touchdowns. Now those are a lot. I believe 35 touchdowns. Those are big numbers.
Yeah.
I'll take a little lower. We could take in the 3,000 yards and maybe 25 to 30 touchdowns, because I believe this run game is going to be very, very talented with Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. But I want JJ to prove these media people wrong. Say, no, I'm here. I'm their guy. And I think we could see him being at least top 15 quarterback in the league at the end of the year.
Yeah, I hope he does. I don't want to put too much pressure on him, but I think they address the line, which will certainly help and give him those extra seconds. We have two good running backs, obviously Justin Jefferson. And so I was kind of thinking, man, if he can get 3,500 yards and 20 plus touchdowns, I'd be happy for a first-year rookie.
Oh, yeah.
With all these expectations, because the Vikings have high expectations here. So yeah.
You're looking, most of these people are thinking that JJ will have a better stat total at the end of the year than every quarterback in that draft class last year. The best quarterback in that draft class was Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels threw for 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Yeah. If you're looking like he does that or a little better, and that's what you're saying,
Yeah.
Like, that's already better than all the quarterbacks in his draft class last year.
Yeah.
And I think he's definitely a hidden gem they drafted at pick 8 or 9, wherever they drafted him. And I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too. And just keep the turnovers low,
Yeah.
So because that kills every
Mhm.
team. So
And there's gonna be some of these rookie mistakes. Like, he's a rookie, we have to remember
yes,
too.
yeah,
Like, even he's going into his second year, but he didn't play at all last year, and so sometimes I feel like that can get in the way. But we'll see.
yeah. What
Uh,
do you think of the defense and expectations there?
I think they for sure beefed it up. I think they improved the D line a little bit. Obviously, we saw them trade Harrison Phillips away, but you brought in Javon Hargrave, I believe, from the Niners, and then you got some other guys. The corners are a little bit iffy.
Hmm.
They did have to get rid of a couple of those guys, veteran guys that we'd like, Stephon Gilmore and some other guys. They did bring in Super Bowl winner, what's his face? Oh man, I'm Isaiah Rodgers. There we go. Isaiah Rodgers. They brought him in. We saw him be that corner number 2 on the
Hmm.
Eagles last year, and he had a pretty good season. But yeah, Byron Murphy is going to have to lead that corner group a lot. Harrison Smith in his last season, most likely.
Yep.
I'm excited for him. And then just that D line, and then the outside linebackers who Van Ginkel, Jonathan
Dallas
Grenard,
Turner
and what?
and Dallas Turner. He really needs
Oh,
to step it up.
yeah, I mean, I forgot about him too. Like, there's so many pieces to this defense that on paper it should be one of the best defenses in the league, should be a top 5 defense. And let's hope it is, because you got basically the best defensive coordinator in the NFL in Brian Flores as your defensive coordinator. And then, the offense got the best head coach in
And
the league in Kevin
Flores is
O'Connell.
what? This is Flores' third year now? I think so.
Second or
So
third. Second or third. I think
second or
third.
third. So they're going to be a lot more familiar now. So, and they were already good last year. So yeah, I fully expect them to be top 5. I mean,
Yeah,
that would be very disappointing if they fall off. So
yeah. They had a turnover every single game, including the playoffs.
yeah,
I think that is a very fair expectation. Like, at least in over half the games, get a turnover. And I think we could see a couple multi-turnover games, even though we are playing a couple of tough teams.
yeah.
However, what do we think about Justin Jefferson? What do we think is going to be an ideal expectation for him?
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to be the dominant self. I didn't look up his stats last year. Do you have them handy at all?
I mean,
Because what do we want? 1,500 plus receiving yards?
I was thinking more. The problem,
More, right?
he had 1,500 last year with Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I believe. I think. Yeah, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900 yards.
Yeah.
Just because, especially Jordan Addison, he's gone for the first 3 games.
Yep.
I know they're going to be guarding Jefferson a little better, but still, you don't have other options. Like, you could throw to Hawkinson, but like, other than that, unless they make a move in the next couple of days, you're going to be throwing at Jefferson. So he's going to be getting those yards, especially early on in the season. I mean, he only had 10 touchdowns last year. I think that's going to go up.
Yep.
I believe he's going to prove to everybody that he is the best receiver in the league, even though already people know that already. And I could see him even winning Offensive Player of the Year this year.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hopefully that happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, finally, as we wrap this up, what's a good record for you? Like, what are you wanting? They went 14-3 with Sam Darnold. Are we taking a step back? Are we jumping to 17-0? Like, what are we thinking?
I don't know. I'm thinking a 12-13 win season, just because it's such a hard schedule, and we don't know about McCarthy. McCarthy is great and is like Sam Darnold. Like, I could see us getting 14, but I don't want to be too optimistic here, just because we don't know about our quarterback. So, and 12-13 wins still gets us in the playoffs, most likely.
It will, just because the NFC is so weak. So,
Yeah.
like, the Commanders and Eagles are going to probably make the playoffs, and then the division winners of the other two divisions, and then there's going to be 2 other wild card spots available. So I'm guessing we're going to see the Lions, Vikings, Packers making the playoffs again, or Lions. No, my bad. Lions. No, I was right.
Yeah.
So it's the best division in the NFC right now, just like the AFC North is the best division in the AFC. But yeah, it's a tough schedule. Like, yeah, you get the Bears, you get the Falcons, but then you have to play the Bengals. You have to play Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, which is winnable.
Yeah.
You get the Browns, but then this is where it goes hard. You have to play the Super Bowl champions at home. Then you get to play the Chargers, the Lions, the Ravens. Then you play the Bears and the Packers. Sam Darnold. We're going to Seattle. Washington comes here. We go to Dallas. Giants come here. Lions come here, and then Packers come here. It's not an easy schedule, and this is crazy that it's the second place schedule too. Like, the Lions schedule is much harder. Like, you got rarely like any of those weaker teams. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Did
you have them at 12, 13 higher? Where did you have them?
11-6 or 12-5, I think.
Yeah. So
just because I'm going to be coming out with like probably the day of the NFL season with my final predictions of the season. We'll see how it goes there. But I think in my original, I had them at like 11-6 or something like that.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Thank you for joining us today. It was hopefully everybody enjoys it. You can go ahead and leave if you want. Before we leave, I do need to drop a new schedule here because since school is starting for me, Inside the Zone with Matteo is going to be having a brand new schedule. And this is what it's going to be. So I'm going to be dropping episodes every Tuesday and every Thursday during the school year. And then also I'm going to be dropping an additional episode either on a Friday or a Saturday, just kind of depending on whatever my schedule is looking like. If I'm busy on a Friday, I'll do it on a Saturday. If I'm busy on a Saturday, I'll do it on a Friday, just to get y'all everything we want. All the content. I'm going to give you enough. So Thursdays is perfect because that's like the beginning of the NFL week. Tuesdays will probably be a lot more NBA, NHL. And then Fridays, the Friday, Saturday will kind of be everything in between. I'll throw in some breaking news videos as well throughout the school year. Again, a special thanks to my dad, Marco Montermini, for joining us. If you aren't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Trying to grow, as we did just reach another subscriber a couple of days ago. So thank you for subscribing. And y'all, I just want to say thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video with my dad. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. God bless. Don't forget to keep it first. Peace.